Hey guys, this is Gaijin Hunter. If you want all the details on all the new moves that they showed off in Iceborne, just check out my last videos from the last few days. In this one, I just want to quickly group them all together in a way if you just missed all the videos or you just wanted it quick and easy. Understanding the new moves is better done if you just group it into 3 different themes, which is the clutch, the slinger, and just flat out new moves. Starting out with the clutch claw, this is a grappling hook-like item that every weapon can use. Basically it's used to grapple onto the monster. You can do some hits. If it's a lighter weapon, you'll cause them to drop slinger ammo. If it's a heavier weapon, you'll tenderize the part and it'll be temporarily made into a weak spot that you can exploit. Or you can use the claw to change the direction of the monster, which is good for strategic placement because you can also unload all your slinger ammo to send the monster running in that direction. Knock them off a wall for some good KOs and opportunities. All the weapons can use the clutch claw. 7 of them are tenderizers, which will make the weak spots, and 7 of them will cause the monster to drop ammo. And 6 of the weapons have a special sort of mid-combo interaction with the clutch claw, which is worth mentioning. The sword and shield can do it after an evade to do a super uppercut. The dual blades can use them after the demon mode's round slash for some extra hits and damage. The hammer can use it after a level 2 or level 3 charge, and the clutch movement is actually an attack itself. The lance can do a special type of counter which will latch you onto the monster, and for a small period of time you won't be easily knocked off, which is good. For the switch axe, you can do it in the middle of an elemental discharge and it's more than likely to put you into an amp state. And last but not least, the inside glaive can use the clutch claw in the air. And now onto the slinger. Like the clutch claw, you can use this with any weapon with your weapon out, and specifically they've added in this strong shot. Strong shots will stagger monsters and create new opportunities for you to punish them. Specifically, it looks like that there's 8 weapons that can do this strong shot. The greatsword can do it after an attack in the middle of a combo, which can set you up so you can really nail off those final true charge slashes. The longsword can do it in the middle of a spirit combo to ensure that the monster flinches and you can finish it and max out your gauge. The sword and shield can flat out do it anytime it wants. That's so cool. The dual blades has a special combo move. It can use it afterwards to do sort of an evade and attack at the same time. Does look like a slightly weaker version though. The hammer can do it in the middle of a charge, and like the greatsword, it doesn't lose its charge level or anything like that, so you can use it to stagger and then punish. The lance can do it in the middle of its new guard, which is sort of using the slinger and the claw. The switch axe can use it after an axe attack, and the charge blade is also the same. You can use it after an axe attack or right after you guard with your shield. Now concerning the slinger, there are 3 weapons that are worth mentioning that can take the slinger ammo, and instead of doing a strong shot, they can just load all the slinger ammo into their weapon and do something special. I'm going to go ahead and speculate the reason why the hunting horn doesn't have the strong shot or any special slinger ammo is because it has a new mechanic for the notes. Okay, the 3 special ones is the gun lance can load them all up into a worm stake which can blow up on monsters. The inside glaive can flat out use all your slinger ammo to buff the Kinsec for some new cool snazzy abilities, and the bow can use it at close range to do a new special attack with the bow and the claw together. And now we can just look flat out at the new attacks that they showed in the videos. Now, every time they do a sort of sequel like a G or an Ultimate, or in this case Master Rank, they generally change and add in new combo paths, so I'm sure there's some more exciting stuff that they haven't shown us. The greatsword gets an improved version of the True Slash for really taking advantage of those weak spots to do even more damage than normal. The longsword gets the EI Slash and the EI Spirit Slash, which is this awesome counter move which uses your spirit gauge to do some crazy attacks which can be comboed together. Sword and shield gets this crazy combo which uses the sword, the shield, and the clutch claw together to do status and elemental damage. The dual blades does get a special clutch finisher if you're in demon mode. No new moves for hammer per se, but using the clutch claw is considered an attack for this weapon. The hunting horn gets a brand new sort of way of doing notes, which is called these echo waves. You can use them to generate new songs and also to generate these echo bubbles, which people can go and grab the effects on demand. The lance gets a brand new type of guard, which is using sort of the slinger and the claw. You can both do power shots and you can do the clutch claw in the middle of it like a counter. The gun lance also doesn't get any new attacks per se, but just a reminder that you can use all your slinger ammo to create this new device, which you can trigger for some awesome explosions. The switch axe gets this awesome new finisher, which will send your axe mode into a powered state. Likewise, the charge blade also gets a powered up axe mode, which will add more hits to your axe attacks. The inside glaive gets this awesome downward strike, which you can do with your staff. The bow, like the hammer, doesn't get any new moves per se, but a reminder that you can use your Slinger ammo together with your claw to do that awesome 1000 dragon attack. The bow guns get a whole bunch of new attacks and things that you can do in the form of mods. We haven't seen all of them yet. And the heavy bowgun gets the new mods as well as a new special scope for doing long distance sniping. So overall, my thoughts, I'm just going to walk through this with this graphic just put on the page so you don't have to watch the video. Greatsword is quite simplistic. Basically, you're going to be using that strong shot from the Slinger in order to stagger enemies and make sure that you can really pull off your charged attacks. Longsword, the same thing as well. You'll be able to use a strong shot after spirit attacks to make sure that you can definitely nail the spirit attack combo, and you can get a new spirit gauge, which is great because you can use that gauge now with those new EI slashes, which is total anime and really cool. Sword and Shield, more than probably any other weapon, gets everything. It gets like the clutch, it gets a combo with the clutch, it could do the strong shot anytime it wants, and it gets a new combo. So really, Sword and Shield users should be very happy here. I think it's kind of Capcom saying sorry for giving the Slinger ability to all the other weapons as well. Dual Blades is just going to be pretty much Dual Blades as you know and love it. It's going to definitely want you to be going into demon mode and using that clutch finisher and stuff like that. Hammer looks like it's going to play just like Greatsword, which is going to be using the strong shot to disrupt your monsters and then nail off those attacks. But unlike the Greatsword, I think clutch will come into play here, because after you do an uppercut or you do a super slam, you're able to do a clutch combo which does hit the monster as well. The hunting horn is getting more technical. It's getting some new songs which can buff people even further. And there is a low-key buff here which a lot of people might be missing, which is the fact that every time they show the clutch claw, they're showing it against a monster that is exhausted, because more often than not, if you just try to do a clutch on a monster, they will shake you off, they will hit you. Well, no other weapon in the game can exhaust a monster like the hunting horn, so to me that is a buff. All the lance moves are focused on that new guard mode, so being able to use the Slinger and the clutch claw in a new guard is going to be fun. Might get a little confusing because you've got your normal guard, you've got your power guard, and now you've got this kind of Slinger guard, but if you can get used to it, I think it's going to be fantastic. And this weapon, unlike all the other ones, they say that when you do a clutch claw and you go on a monster, you're harder to shake off, which makes me think that you'll be able to tenderize monsters better than anybody, because you could sneak up on there, they could try and knock you off, and you could still tenderize them. Gunlance players might be a little nervous because really everything is being put on that worm stake, so being able to use Slinger ammo, load it in there, and create these weak spots are going to be a very big deal, so hopefully the damage values from all three different types of gun lances is going to be very high. Both Switch Axe and Charge Blade, I'm very happy that they are buffing the axe modes on these weapons because they seriously needed it. The fact that Inside Glaive doesn't have to care anything about doing strong shots and can just grab Slinger ammo and then buff its bug is just fantastic, and it does elongate the song, so there's a lot of real reason in there. They're not trying to get you to attack mainly with the bug, but really just go back into the main loop of the weapon. Bow was already like crazy powerful, so being able to use the Slinger and all that ammo at any time as well is just going to make it even more so. And the bow guns I think are going to be awesome, but we do kind of have to wait to see the whole breadth of all the different mods that you can have, but what I've seen so far is pretty cool. Anyways, that is my summarization of all the new moves that they showed us. There might be some small mistakes here and there because we may have misinterpreted something, but I've done my best with all the Japanese articles and the Twitter and everything that has given us additional information. Let me know down in the comments below, what do you think about these new changes? Do you think the dependence on the clutch claw or the Slinger is something that you're interested in or you're not? I honestly think we just have to get some hands-on time to see how it feels, but overall I'm feeling pretty good about the new moves that they're doing, and I can't wait to learn all the new combo paths that they've added. Anyways, E3 is coming up. I'm sure we're going to get to see all this sort of hands-on gameplay, which is going to be awesome, so I hope you guys look forward to seeing that as much as I am. Hope you guys enjoyed these videos, and until next time, happy hunting.